After the brilliant game there last night from the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Tampa Bay Lightning, we go into the game against Florida tonight, buzzing, feeling ready to go. Obviously, second night of a back-to-back against this prolific offense in the Florida Panthers. You never really feel safe. They have the nickname the Comeback Cats for a reason. They love to go down a bunch early and come back and heartbreak you. And the Leafs are used to heartbreak. And it happens again. Leafs lose 7-6 in the track meet against the Panthers in overtime. So the Leafs at least get this point, but when you're up 5-1, you should get two. 45-19-6 are the Toronto Maple Leafs on the season, and I could sit here and break down all the goals, but I forget how these all look. There's 13 of them. I remember some of them. Some ugly, some gorgeous for the Leafs. But all I know is that early on in the game, at 3:46 in, they got a power play. And this was the theme in the game. Look, ladies and gentlemen, the Leafs and the Panthers combined for 12 power plays. 13! Leafs had 7. They had 6 power plays. Like, what the heck was going on tonight? They scored the power play goal at 3:46. Sam Reinhart gets a goal on Källgren, and it's a 1-0 game early. Late in the period, though, with under 5 to play, Willie Nylander ties it at 1. Matthews and Riley grab assists in the goal. And, hey, we had a new hockey game here, right? You're on the road. They get the first goal. Everyone's buzzing. You tie the game. You go into the first intermission. Shots on goal are 13-11 in favor of Florida. It's a 1-1 game. All right, well, whole new contest going into the second period. Good stuff. In the second period, they have I believe it might have been an abbreviated power play. They might have got an early power play. I can't remember what it was. And Mitch Marner gets the puck in his own zone, turns around, goes the other way, chips it around the defender, beats him, muscles him away from the puck, stick lifts him to get the puck back, and he gets on Bobrovsky and undresses the snot out of him and buries it into the empty cage. An unbelievable goal from Mitch Marner, unassisted, shorthanded at 30 seconds of the second period to give the Leafs a lead. It's now 2-1. But you know this game. You know the Florida Panthers. You know a 2-1 game's not going to last. But however, 37 seconds after that, the Leafs got a power play of their own. A Mitch Marner from the short side angle beats Bobrovsky underneath the glove. And the Leafs have now taken a 3-1 lead. Tavares Matthews grab assist in the goal at .07 of the second period. And we're feeling good, but again, a 2-goal lead against Florida does not feel safe, right? We'll get to this. And then the Leafs get an odd man rush the other way. Riley with a beautiful feed, or was it Engvall? Either way, someone with a beautiful feed in front to Colin Blackwell, who's just flying towards, I believe it was Riley, who was flying towards the net, and he buries it past Bobrovsky. That was not even a minute after the Leafs took the 3-1 lead. So 2:04 into the second period, the Leafs scored 3 goals, and they had a 4-1 advantage. This is great. Just over 6 minutes after that. By the way, the Tavares and Matthews in the assist of the Marner goal. Muzzin from Marner and Matthews. I almost teased it. Riley and Engvall got the assist on the Blackwell goal. Now, 8:40 in. Jake Muzzin gets the puck on the sideboards, and he walks into it, and he beats Spencer Knight. As he comes into the game, obviously, Bobrovsky got pulled from the game. So Muzzin takes the shot, beats him far. So that was an ugly goal. I don't know why. Knight was so far back in his net and really just hugging the post. I'm like, boy, that was awful. And the Leafs got a 5-1 lead. Muzzin gets the goal, right? Marner Matthews get the assist at 8:40. And it's a 5-1 Leafs lead. You're feeling great. You're almost midway through the contest as a whole. The Leafs are dominating play at all costs. And then things start to implode. They get a power play, which was an occurring theme for both teams. Reinhart scores to make it 5-2. And that was 3 minutes after the goal by Muzzin to make it a 5-1 game. It's 5-2. Okay, he's got a 3-goal lead. It's okay, kind of. Then the Leafs get a power play. I'm like, all right, you score here. You score on this power play, and the momentum is shifted right back to you, and you could have just locked up that game, right? You would have made it 6-2. All the momentum was on your side. There's under 8 minutes to play in the period. You'd be feeling great. Maybe close it out, allow 1 goal, be a 6-3 game. You have a good lead going into the third. Radko Gudas picks up the puck, walks past the blue line, and just walks into a slap shot. No screen, no deflection up high. Literally at the blue line, walks in and slaps it far side, and he beats Källgren. Källgren is clearly beside himself as he puts his head down, because that's a goal that should never go in. And I saw that goal go, and I'm like, this is a disaster. This is not going to end well. After that goal, I was sitting there. You could ask my parents, right? They said, that goal goes in, and they score a power play goal and a shorthanded goal, and it's a 5-3 game. You have a 2-goal lead. That goal was a minute after the Reinhart power play goal. So all the momentum is gone from the Leafs, and Florida's grabbed everything back, and here comes the onslaught. But at that point, after that goal, I'm like, okay, close the period strong. Have at least a 2-goal lead going into the third period, and at least from there, you have that little bit of a margin for error. Well, Gallagher gets a puck off the mask, clearly shakes him up, because he doesn't get up for a little while, and Jack Campbell has to come into the game. And I'm thinking, this is the worst possible time that Jack Campbell can come into the game. You can always say, well, it's the best time because Gallagher's not feeling himself, play-wise, and so you get the new goalie, fresh mind, you play well yesterday, this and that. I get that. But then these are the other side of it, where Jack Campbell has not played at all in this game. He's ice cold. And Florida is buzzing on all cylinders at this point. That's the last time. Right off the ensuing faceoff, when he comes into the game, he's a shot, like the Kucherov goal yesterday. Right off the draw, rips it by Huberdeau. He makes the stop. He makes the first 4 saves in a matter of like a minute. But then a beautiful play from, I think it was Huberdeau, passed it to Giroux in front, and they bury it. With just over 2 minutes to play in the period. It's a 5-4 game. All the momentum's gone from the Toronto Maple Leafs. We go to the third period. Shots and goal in the period. We're only 13-12 in favor of Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, I think how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals in the second period. And we go into the third. And I got a question for all of you. What is Kyle Clifford's role? And don't give me the whole, physical and fighting, because that's gone from the game. I mean, how often have we seen that guy actually fight somebody or actually lay a big hit on somebody? Like never? I'd rather that Ambroisi guy out there, because at least he's going to give you some skill and give you some actual spunk. But Kyle Clifford, after the first couple minutes of the third period, nobody's scored, nobody's really grabbed any crazy momentum as of yet, and Kyle Clifford takes a penalty. He's arguing all the way to the box. No matter what, it's a penalty. And every Leaf fan, and honestly, even those faithful Leaf fans, would say this was a disaster waiting to happen. You give up that fourth goal of the second period, all the momentum shifted the other way, and then you give them an early third period power play? You're asking for them to destroy you. And Huberdeau scores in the power play at 2:45. And we're tied at 5. 6 minutes after that, Barkov scores. It's 6-5. And now the Leafs land a flippin' miracle because they got to find a way to score one. Well, they get a power play. They don't score. They had another power play. And John Tavares, he buries one. The energy on the ice, the energy in the stands was there. Everyone's jacked up in Leaf land. We're tied at 6. Marner and Nylander grab assists on the goal at 16:06. And we're tied. And at that point, when it was a tied game, I am sitting here watching the game. There's like 4 minutes to play. I'm like, get me a point. Look, we've already blown the lead. It is what it is. Even if they win the game, you still blew a 5-1 lead. Just at least get me a point. And they at least do that. And that's the mindset as a Leaf fan, right? It's sad. It's really difficult. We go to overtime. The Leafs get a few glorious chances. John Tavares, I think it was on his backhand or forehand, I can't remember what it was, but he had Spencer Knight down and out. He looks at the referee for a call and doesn't get it. And they come down. And Huberdeau on the one-timer beats Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell was lying down, so it must have just slid right underneath him. And at 2:47 of overtime, Florida wins. Shots and goal in the overtime. Actually, third period, we're 19-12 in favor of Florida. Another disaster for the Leafs. In the second night of back-to-back, you're playing Florida. You already played an incredible first couple of periods. Well, period and a half. And you can feel the wheels coming off. And it's like, they got no legs left. He's got to hang on for dear life. And they got a point. But that was a hard-fought one. And you know what? The shots and goal in overtime were 3-0 in favor of Florida. Shots for the game are 48-35. They blow another lead. But you know what? The reason I don't feel as bad about this loss as I have in blown leads in the past is Florida's known for this. They're known to be down a garbage amount and then just play incredible and win. Look at the Devils last week. Wasn't it last week? Or this week, early in the week? So I can't remember. They were down like 6-2 going into the third period. Came back and won in overtime. I mean, they're used to this stuff. Now, I will say as a Leaf fan, because we damn well know Leaf fans know this, being able to score at will is fun in the regular season, and we know that right now. It's fun. But come playoff time, that won't slide. Unless you're playing the Leafs, because we don't know what the heck this team's even going to look like. You play a Boston or a Tampa, they're not going to allow 7 goals a night in the playoffs. It's just not going to happen. So Florida, look, as much I'm not trying to be a Leaf fan getting mad at Florida. No, that team can score. We've clearly seen that. But defense goalie, very shaky. Very, very shaky. And so are the Leafs. So we're in the same spot here. Great. Power plays, we always talked about 3 for 7 for the Leafs, 3 for 6 for Florida. Shelgren allowed 3 goals on 23 shots. I didn't think he was all that bad, except for that one really, really bad goal. Jack Campbell, 4 goals on 25. You just can't fault them. Coming into the worst scenario and then having an onslaught fired at you. Disaster waiting to happen, and it happened. Mitch Marner, a 4-point night, 2 goals, 2 assists. Willie Nylander with a goal and an assist. John Tavares with a goal and an assist. Matthews could not find a way to bury one and beat Rick Vive's record. He did have 3 assists in the game, however. Morgan Riley with 2 assists in this one. And the Leafs blow another lead, and they fall. But at this point, Leafs Nation, I'm tired of getting mad at the squad because we're how many games into the season and we know what this team is. So, I mean, we all knew that 5-1 lead wasn't fully safe, and it evidently was not safe at all. Next game for the Buds, because I have to move on, is in Dallas as they end the road trip. All right, that is on Thursday night. It's an 8:30 puck drop there. Not many games to go for the Toronto Maple Leafs. You got to find a way, though, to keep going. But I think Boston was down 4-3 to Detroit in the third period. But knowing the Leafs' luck tonight especially, Boston probably came back and won that game. Either way, the Leafs pick up 3 points out of a possible 4 down in Florida, which, considering what those teams are, it's not bad. Now, considering you have 5-1 in this game, it should have been 4-4. But it didn't happen. So I got to deal with it and move on. Not going to lose sleep over it. All right? You know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video, and enjoy the first half of the game today. How about I put it that way? Smack the like button. Do appreciate that. That subscribe button, you guys not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jay's Edition, tomorrow. Tomorrow night, as we'll be wrapping up spring training. The last one was today. We'll talk about this past week's spring training games and wrapping it up. And on Thursday, oh yeah, you'll be getting the regular season preview. That'll be exciting because Friday, everything's good. It's going for the Toronto Blue Jays. Can't flip and wait. Toronto Raptors, oh baby. We'll talk about that very shortly. I want to talk about this game first to get all my anger and mojo out of this game so I can talk about the Raptors clinching a playoff spot with tonight's win over the Atlanta Hawks. All right? We'll talk to you guys very shortly about that. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they look to play a good game and get a lead and not blow it against the Dallas Stars on Thursday night, 8:30 puck drop there in Dallas. They end the 4-game road swing. All right? So you know what, guys? Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and my misery. We'll talk to you guys then.